Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In the previous video, I've managed to create a general tab component in React, which has this accessibility concerns built in. This is a demo. You can find the source code on my blog or on my previous video. But anyway, the outcome is good, but there's a slight issue which bothers me. Is that you can see while I'm switching the tab. Okay, let me switch a tab. You can see there's a slight layout shift, right? Focus when I tap the tab 1, tab 2, 3. Focus on the tab 2. You can see that its layout is shifted around. I saw this behavior. If you can check on the Twitter on the Explorer, you can see this behavior quite noticeable, right? If I change For You, change the entertainment, the trending news boards are just floating around. This is not cool because the problem is that it depends on the design, but design here is if it is selected, it will use bold font. Yeah, you can see this is normal font weight, and it's selected, it will be bold. And then if it is bold, then its size and then the width will be different, right? So it will stretch out the container, so it will be shifted. So how can we solve this issue? I think there's a nice trick about this. So let me take it. How should I put it? Let me give it a try. So I'll just let me fork it. How can I fork? For example, fork. Can I fork one? Okay, forked. Cool. The one thing is that let us change this tab component here, or not. Anyway, so for tab, if let's suppose that it's only text in it. No. Cool. How should I go? So the idea is actually while we're rendering like unselected state, default state like this, we will insert an invisible label which is using the bold font weight, so that will stretch out the container. But it's invisible, so the width will be slightly different from previous, but it will be not noticeable, and it will help reduce the layout shift. So how should we do here? Because we want to insert the label, right? Invisible label here. We need to get the label for the tab component here. Let's change it a little bit. So the first one is a key, another one is label. So this is a thing. We cannot let the back button to be so generous to be able to contain any kind of children. We need to give it some restriction here. So rather than children, we will remove it. Rather, we will take the label here. So for the tab here, label is tab 1. Another one is tab 2. This one is tab 3. Cool. And then in the tab here, we would insert a label, invisible one, using the bold one font. So here, suppose that for the button you will have some icon, right? You better you change this button to some flex box. And so for here, we're just interested in the label. What we're gonna do is I will render 2 label at the same time. let's see, how can I put a style here, right? Let's put it in CSS, like invisible tab, invisible label, and also I'll use a tab label container, which means I will create a container here, class name equals tab label container, and puts the label, and also we would create a okay, p here, div, okay, div tab label invisible, how should I put it, tab label, okay, invisible label. We'll label that, and again we would render the label. So you can see now we're in the two labels, but for this label we would always make it always bold, which means, oh, we don't need flex here, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't need flex here, but is there any problem? Yeah, we don't need it. Maybe, okay, maybe we don't need flex box here. Well, it depends on what you need. If there are some like some components other than the label inside, then better you take do something. Font weight, let's put it to 700. Yeah, and then we need to make it invisible. Invisible means like visibility none, hidden. Sorry, yeah, but it will take up the height, so we set the height to 0, which means it will keep the width. Cool. And then we go back. Yeah, that's it basically. And also we need to, because this label we should not track any accessibility assistance technology. We set inert to true. It's not okay. It's not. Yeah, it should be almost ready there. And then we can set the here called disable it, pointer events, no, anyway. Cool, so yeah, you can see the tab. Now every time I focus something, it will not trigger the layout shift to the other tabs because its width is deterministic at the beginning, even though you see that it's not bold, but there's a hidden bold labeling inside. Cool. So that's it. I think it's a nice trick, and it can possibly solve the issues here. It could be fine, but I personally found it disturbing, and not disturbing, like bothering me. So yeah, so nice trick. Hope it helps. See you next time. Bye bye.